Dear learners, welcome in the world of Python programming under machine learning using Python series of lectures. This is lecture 10, functions in Python, part 3. So we'll explore more on Python functions. The contents of this lecture are types of arguments in function. So we have already seen three different types of arguments in function in the earlier lecture. Now in this lecture we'll finish up with the fourth type, that is variable length argument, and we'll also see keyword variable length arguments. Now variable length arguments. So variable length arguments is one of the argument types in Python. So in this type of arguments, these arguments are passed dynamically. That means you can pass either no argument or one argument or two arguments or any number of arguments you want to the function. So that's why the name variable length arguments. Now variable arguments, so variable number of arguments, or even also called as variable length of arguments, are passed to the functions, are collected in a variable which is an argument to the function and is specified with star symbol. That means whenever you want to pass variable number of arguments to the function, that time you need to specify something as a variable name in the argument part of the function, and that variable name should be preceded with star symbol. So just I am pointing it here, just do focus on the part I am pointing out. So we have a small code, that is the actual program. We may even run it. So we have a definition of function called add underscore arguments underscore number, and it takes an argument. So here if you see carefully that I have defined one variable that is called v underscore args, that is variable argument. So this can be any meaningful name of your choice, but that should be preceded with star symbol. So this shows that the arguments you will be passing while calling add underscore argument underscore num function, you will be passing either 0 argument or 1 or 2 or 3 or n number of arguments. So here is the simple program. So this program basically works in very different way. So let us try to understand that. So what I want here is that whenever I'll be calling this function add underscore argument underscore num, I'll be passing different number of arguments to it. So let us see first the calling part of the program so that we will understand this working of the function properly. So here in driver code, I call this function add underscore argument underscore num by passing 4 arguments. First is 2. So I am passing all numeric values as I want to perform addition of the numbers which are passed as arguments. So here I have passed 2, 10, 50, 30. Next, again I call the same function by passing 5 arguments. So here I pass 20, 60, 50, 40, 30. So what I want this function to do? I want this function to add all the arguments, whatever number of arguments I pass to the function. So let us now focus on the implementation part. So here I have function definition. So I want to perform addition of all the arguments passed. So question is how these 5 arguments are accommodated in the single variable. So this variable is not ordinary variable. It has a special meaning given as this variable is preceded with the asterisk symbol, that is star symbol. So let us now focus on the functioning of the function, that is the actual working of the function. So here I use one variable sum which I initialize to 0 so that I can collect the sum of all the arguments passed to this specific function. So one need to understand here is v underscore args is the single variable, but that variable is just a reference to the list which is created internally. Now let us focus on the actual implementation of this function. So before I get into this simplest code, I would like to focus you on the thing which I am pointing here in the second rectangle of this slide. So v underscore args equal to I have specified some list. That means whatever number of arguments you are passing here in the function call, those arguments are basically put in the list by the Python environment or Python programming environment, and that list is referred by v underscore args. That means whatever number of arguments you pass dynamically, those will be created, those will be rather stored or saved somewhere in form of list, and that list is referred using whatever argument name you have specified in the function. So here we have specified argument that is variable name as v underscore args. So that forms a reference to the list. Now here I have sum equal to 0. So sum is initially 0. Now num in var underscore args. So as this var underscore arg is list, so num in list will now assign one by one all the values to the num, and num using num variable and this in operator will be fetching one by one all the values from the list. So here the statement sum equal to sum plus num is part of for loop, so it will get exactly executed the number of times. So it will get exactly executed how many number of times? The number of argument times. Suppose there are 5 arguments, so obviously that statement sum equal to sum plus num will get executed 5 times, 4 times, 5 times or 6 times, whatever number of arguments you pass. So here this sum equal to sum plus num will get executed for different value of nums. So initially num is 2, so sum equal to new sum equal to old sum plus num. So what is old sum? So initially sum is 0, so 0 plus what is current value of num, that is 2, so that is 2, so we have 0 plus 2, that is 2, so new value of sum is 2. Now when num takes value 10 from the list, so sum equal to old value of sum, that is 2, which I have taken from the earlier iteration, and the current value of num, that is 10, so it becomes 12. Now next time num is 50, so new sum equal to old sum, that is 12, plus current num, that is 50, it is 62. Now next num is 30, so here sum equal to sum plus num, so old value of sum is 62, current value of num is 30, that becomes 92, and this is then printed using print statement, that is sum of all number is sum. So at last we print sum. So this is the output of the program. So here I executed that program on the Anaconda prompt. So I have given name to this program as var underscore length underscore argument args.py, and I just execute it. So what do I get? I get 2 results because I have called this function twice. First for the 4 arguments, that is 2, 10, 50, 30, and next time I called it for 5 arguments, that is 20, 60, 50, 40 and 30. So that's why I got the second print state, that is second time this print statement of the function printed with the value 200. So do remember the variable name specified in function can be any meaningful name. For example, here I have given var underscore args as the function name, or as an argument to the function, not function name, sorry, it is the argument name or a variable name given as argument to the function. But here this time this thing can be any name of your choice. Hope you understood. Now you may have a combination of positional and variable length arguments. So how it works? So if you want both to work together, so you may pass both as argument to the function. So let us focus on this program. So here I am pointing out that my function name is print underscore argument. This is the simplest function. What it does, it takes the combination of positional and variable arguments. So I have 2 arguments passed to the function. First is pos underscore args, that is the positional argument I will be passing, and next is a list of variable length arguments. So I have here again same variable v underscore args preceded with star symbol, indicating that this is not an ordinary variable, but it's a variable having special meaning which will collect all the variable number of arguments and will refer the list which will be created by Python in background. So here first I am printing the positional argument, and then I am trying to print all the variable number of arguments which are referred basically by the reference v underscore args, and that reference is nothing but a reference to the list which will be dynamically created, and then I print each time the argument, each argument value. So here is the driver code. In this driver code I call this function print underscore arguments. I just pass one argument to it, one positional one. So if you pass just one argument, so that will be by default assigned to which argument, as there are 2 arguments to the function. First is positional and second is variable. So by default this 15 will be assigned to pass underscore arg. And if you pass more number arguments, so but obvious that first argument will be given to pass underscore arg and all the remaining arguments will be given to the variable length argument var underscore args. Okay, so now let us try to understand this. So I am just showing you the internal working of the second call to the function, that is called print underscore argument. So let us see here. So we have passed how many arguments? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first we passed 10, then we passed 5. So then I passed A, then 7, then D. So this shows that you can pass all mixed arguments to the function. So there is no restriction like you should pass only numeric values or alphabet values. You can pass anything, whatever is valid in case of Python. So I have passed here 5 arguments. So obviously first 10 will be stored in pass underscore arg and all remaining 4 will be going to the list which is created internally by the Python environment, and that list will be pointed by v underscore args. So we have this printing. So val in the list. So val each time takes a value. So val will take first 5, then A, then 7, then D, and then list exhaust. So this way, what is the output of the program? So I have stored this program again as var underscore length underscore argument dot py. So the positional argument is, so for first call as there is one argument, I have got this statement printed. As there are no extra arguments, so this var underscore args list is empty. So this for loop will not get executed. So I get only one statement printed as a part of the first call to the function. Next time what I do, I call the same function second time, but by passing 5 arguments. So here 10, 5, A, 7 and D. As you know that first argument is positional, so obviously the 10 value goes to positional argument and that will get printed using first printf statement of the function. First print statement of the function. Sorry, I use printf because I am a hard-coded C programmer, and that recall that particular printf statement every time makes me realize that you are a hard-coded C programmer. Anyway, I have got switched to Python now, and I am trying to give justification to Python as well. Coming back to our discussion, so here all remaining arguments out of this 5, that means 4 arguments, will be part of the variable length arguments, and that's why I am getting printed this 4 statements. First for 5, value 5 passed as argument, variable length argument, then A, then 7 and then D. Again these names can be anything of your choice. Hope you understood. Next is variable length and keyword arguments. So you can even have a keyword arguments. Why do we need keyword arguments? Because if you prefer to first pass as a variable length arguments and then positional arguments, so those positional arguments should be your keyword arguments, because whatever name you specified here, that should be the name as a keyword argument at the time of function call. So you have already studied keyword argument in the earlier lecture. Now we'll try to understand this. I'll try to make you understand this concept. Now let us see the first call to the function. So I say print underscore arguments. I have passed first a list of the arguments, and then I passed a keyword argument as the last argument. Now if you want that out of all n arguments, your first part should be considered as a variable argument list, and the last part should be considered as the non-variable length argument. That time you have to specify this positional arguments as a keyword argument. And what is keyword argument? You already studied. Keyword argument is nothing but the argument passed to the function in form of name value pair. So we have your name of argument pass underscore r. Do remember this name should be exactly the same as you have specified in the function definition. And after that you can pass any value. So this way interpretation will be that these first arguments p, q, r, s passed as a arguments to the first call to print arguments will be given to the variable arguments part, and the next one will be given to the positional argument. And now if I try to analyze this, the happenings in background, so it is this way. So now focus here where I am pointing out. So pos underscore arg will be 15 because I have specified as a positional argument. So obviously this value will be given to which variable of the function, pos underscore arg, and all the remaining earlier arguments will be given to var underscore arg. So this way val will be taking value p, q, r and s from the list, and this way you are getting positional argument printed and variable length argument printed here as the output. So just focus on the outputs. I have executed this program, so I got this result. What if you do not specify any keyword argument and you just pass all these as a simple argument, no keyword arguments? So you want Python to decide that you take whatever you want as a positional and variable length argument. So that will not be automatically happening. Now here I have commented this statement, but if you remove this comment and execute the program, you will be getting some error like this, which I got here. So I got error here, type error, that is print underscore arguments missing one required keyword only argument pos underscore arg. Because if I remove this comment and execute the program here, AD10, all these will be treated as variable length arguments, because the first argument passing to the function, the first argument you are specifying in the function definition is the variable length argument, and next is positional. Positional arguments can't be automatically taken as the last argument by the Python. Rather, you have to specify it. Hope you understood this. So whenever there is combination of variable length arguments and positional arguments, so those positional arguments should be taken as a keyword argument at the time of passing the actual value to the function call. You have to remember this. Hope so, dear learners, you understand this part. Now let us focus on the something different which is really fascinating in the Python programming. So what is that? That is keyword variable length argument. So what this is? It is variable length arguments and keyword. See, in the earlier part of the discussion, that is in the earlier slide, whatever we saw, that was combination of positional and variable length arguments, and we were taking that positional argument as a keyword argument while passing the value to the function. But here this interpretation is very different. We are now trying to say something about keyword variable length argument, which is specified at the time of function definition with a double asterisk symbol or a star symbol, double star symbol. 2 times star you have to precede with the variable name. Now here see the simple program I have tried to explain here, and I will tell also the significance of this. Why do we need this? Now I have same function print underscore arguments, and now I have passed one fantastic argument here, that is kw underscore args, that is keyword argument. I have given some meaningful name to this variable. This can be anything, any name of your choice, of your convenience, or of your understanding. Whatever understanding you have about your variable usage, you can specify name as per that usage. Now here I have used keyword kw underscore args, that is the argument name, and it is preceded with the double star. What does double star indicates? That it is the keyword variable length argument. What is that? We'll try to understand, don't worry. Now I am trying to print the type of this variable, because I want to know that what if I precede any variable name with the double star asterisk symbol or star symbol, what its type is. So we'll check with that. Then we'll try to print the whatever arguments you are there, whatever arguments are there in the kw underscore args variable. So here the for loop is taking little bit different form. Now let us first see the driver code part, so that this for loop will be easy to understand. So I call this function print underscore args, but I pass here value not as a standalone entity, but it is basically a pair of name and value. It is something name value pair. So it is something like keyword argument. But I have passed how many arguments? Variable number of arguments. 3 arguments I passed. I may pass even 5 arguments, 10 arguments, 100 arguments, or 1 argument even. Now I have passed 3 arguments. So each of them are keyword arguments, and these are variable length arguments. That means number may vary. You may pass any number of arguments you like. So name is equal to Sunil, age equal to 45, gender equal to male. So I have passed this. So these arguments are basically referred by this variable kw underscore args of the function, but as I have specified two asterisks, so internal interpretation of these arguments which are passed to the functions will be different. Now what is that? Now we'll try to understand here in the second rectangle of this slide. So do focus where I'm pointing out. So k and kw underscore args will be referring to something called dictionary. So we have not yet covered what is dictionary, but we had a single line description of this dictionary collection at the time of data type discussion, data types in the Python. This topic when we discussed, we had a single line description. But we'll cover this dictionary in proper way and in depth when we'll be covering collections. So for time being, you have to just remember that it is just like a set. This dictionary is just like a set, storing elements one after another, separated by commas. But each of these element is not a simple value; it is name value pair. So I have passed three arguments, keyword arguments to the function, and those are basically stored internally as a dictionary. So first argument name Sunil, second argument age 45, third argument gender male. So these will be collected, and now if I want to fetch values from this dictionary, I need to have two variables. First for a key and second val for the value of the key. So here I have key value pair. So this name value pair is also called as key value pair. So first is key and then is value. This way dictionary is stored. So key will match to the name part of the dictionary element and val will point to the actual value of that key. So this way I'll be referring name as a key and Sunil as a value, age as a key and 45 as a value, gender as a key and male as a value. So that's why I have these two variables to be specified with the in operator, which will be fetching values from this dictionary. So here name Sunil, age 45, gender male will be stored respectively in key value, and each time we are fetching this pair. And how many times we are fetching this pair? 3 times, because there are 3 elements in the dictionary. So now let us focus on the execution of the for loop. So here key value in key underscore kw underscore us dot items. So basically the items, that means the elements of this dictionary, are fetched in one shot using items method of the collection dictionary. So this variable key kw underscore args is of what type? So I have already specified here in the print statement type kw underscore args. So if you see the actual execution of this program, so I have saved this program as kw underscore args.py, and if I execute, so first printf statement, the type of kw args is class dictionary. So this shows that whatever keyword arguments we pass to the function print underscore arguments, those are stored in kw underscore args variable, but that variable reference is a reference to the dictionary. So this shows this, and that's why I am able to fetch all the dictionary elements using items, or dictionary items using items function of the collection. Which collection? A dictionary collection. So it is very simple. So key and value will be printed each time the print statement, which is part of the for loop. So this way I hope that you understood these two important topics of this particular lecture. So dear learners, we end up this lecture here. So give us a feedback. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and if you really like the lecture or the technical stuff, share among your friends. We are GCS Solutions, making technology easy to learn. So be with us till next lecture. Happy coding.